Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today I wanted to quickly take a look at Where Winds Meet. If you didn't know, this is a brand new MMORPG coming out tonight, free to play, and it is a Wuxia based MMO, which is like Chinese cultivation. Oh my god, finally my years of reading cultivation manga and manhwa and everything will finally catch up to me, and I will be the strongest heavenly demon under the sun. Oh, we did it! So I wanted to quickly take a look at this game because A, it looks very pretty, and it looks a lot of people are pretty interested in it. I plan to play it tonight as it is releasing 7 p.m. EST, I believe. I'll be on a little later as I'm doing some stuff with my wife, but then I'll be on. And as you can see, the animation, the game itself, looks very pretty. It has some really interesting sort of cutscenes going on. We'll just quickly jump between stuff here. Ghostmaster. It does a cool character showcase reveal. And then some actual gameplay. Honestly, it plays more like an RPG, and it looks less like a full-on MMO. It looks and plays like seemingly Nier Automata or Stellar Blade style RPGs, and I'm pretty excited to actually see how it goes. I believe people are able to choose more of an open world MMO style of gameplay, or you can choose to play more of a single player style of gameplay. That's why I say it's like maybe more of an RPG, less of an MMO, depending on how you play. But this game has been released in China for, I think, 9-10 months, and it is now releasing globally. So probably if a lot of players who played on the Chinese servers jump on the global servers, they'll probably have a huge launch day advantage just knowing what the hell to do, where everything is, min-max meta on launch farms, but either way, that's okay. The game looks pretty cool as of right now. I wishlisted it on Steam, and we'll take a look at that, and you can see a lot of the comments are people just memeing a lot. Time to use my time travel skill, sleep. Today was the slowest day since 7th grade. I reincarnated from the Chinese server. I became the heavenly demon reincarnated from the Chinese server. Hell yeah, see, it's gonna be a good manhwa. I'm so ready, okay? So everyone's pretty jazzed about this. The next big MMO for sure. We also have, if you haven't checked it out, there was the global launch preview stream here. This was like the live stream showcase starting off cinematic that they showed off, and I mean, it's very pretty. They showed off a lot of gameplay, showed off a lot of people taking a look at the game, went over certain side systems, different weapons, you know, a lot of different weapons there. So I would implore you to go check that out. Fishing! If you like preview streams, want to get a better look at it. Because you can see the environment of the areas is very pretty. It reminds me a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, with the just like open landscapes of grass and fog and plants everywhere. Oh yeah, you get absolutely shit canned by the ducks. The local ducks are a little like too OP. But hey, you can make and mash, what is that, grain alcohol? Either way, it's looking very pretty, and I'm excited to try it out. I don't know how the full gameplay of it's gonna play out after like 5-10 hours. As you can see, it looks like it's pretty good. You have like jumping points between areas, good close melee RPG combat. So it's really gonna depend, how does the game play? Exclusive outfits for free. That's right. This is a free-to-play MMO, right? So there's a lot of stuffs that you can eventually get. A lot of things you can farm up. Not bad, not bad. And here is where they did a little gameplay showcase for a little bit. Nice. It was a boss. They showed off the cutscene. And then it looked straight up, yeah, it looks like straight up an RPG. It doesn't look as much like an MMO. It looks and plays seemingly more like a single-player RPG, and since they gave the option to not really play the game as an MMO and only play solo, I'm really curious how it's going to actually work. Like, what's the cycle of the game? Is it free-to-play and they'll only sell skins? Is it hyper pay-to-win? Is it only going to be a little pay-to-win? I'm so curious how it's going to go. I imagine a lot of people, if they're looking for a sweet RPG, I might play with controller, I'm not sure. A lot of people might really enjoy this style of game. I'm all over the place with it. I'm excited. I just don't know if the game will be great or if it'll just be another RPG for people. If we take a look on Steam, they both have the official trailer and I think the new launch day trailer that just came up. But if we just take a look at the game, it is very pretty looking. Like, it looks like a solid RPG that you'd probably be happy to play. It has a lot of side content, and the actual combat itself, like I said, plays and looks like Stellar Blade Nier Automata. So honestly, I think they're going to absolutely kill it on this one. I have a feeling the release cycle is going to go well. Ton of players on Steam, and then it'll calm down a little bit. I know the Chinese, both animation and game studios, have been killing it lately with a lot more killer games, right? I absolutely enjoyed Sun Wukong, or no, Black Myth Wukong, where you play as, Sun Wukong and go through that adventure. And I know their animation's killing it with like Reign of the Immortal King and a ton of other ones. Sorry, I've just been seeing so many Chinese animation clips pop up on TikTok. So yeah, it looks like a lot of the Chinese game studios and animation studios have been killing it and releasing absolute bangers lately. And this just seems to be the next one. Like I said, though, it has released 9-10 months prior in China, so a lot of people will have that early on. God, this looks so pretty, though. They'll have that early on player advantage. You can totally go look up a ton of info. Probably on a wiki by now, because it's already... Oh yeah, the Fextra Life wiki. We can find a better one. Fandom. Yeah, like there's a lot of different wikis out there, wikias, if you will. I hate Fandom, the absolute worst website. But you know how it is. If you're curious about that, you can totally take a look on that. I'm curious to see when the release cycle was. Yeah, because it's November 14th. When the release cycle was in China, like when it initially released. Oh, it was initially launched December 2024. So, okay, it's actually 11 months after, not 9 months, sorry. Looks like it's doing pretty good though. 100 gig download. Reminder, you can pre-download it on Steam. You can pre-download it on, I think most places now, like PlayStation 5 store as well, Steam, probably Epic, maybe standalone client, I'm just not sure. I haven't checked specifically to see if there was a standalone client or anything. But yeah, either way, this is the little like end combat cinematic that they go through where you just fight the boss and then he goes into his next phase and then he goes straight teleport mode. And I think he has like one other phase, or maybe he just has the 2 phases and this is the 3rd phase and I didn't realize it. On the 3rd stage, yeah, okay, it's like that's phase 3. Maybe that's like phase 2. Since he has full health, maybe that's phase 1. Or maybe that's phase 1. Oh no! I forgot, like he fights it, dies, and then fights him again, so it's hard to keep track of where everything went. Right? Ugh. The game looks so cool though, man. Like, I like that most people, this is the most replayed part in the entire live stream. And that is straight up, we have welcome gifts for all players, going over the free Goofy skins in the game. Yeah, you get a Humble Hero. Yeah, you get those two. You get that sweet skin set. Whew. Yeah, Where Winds Meet is looking pretty nice, isn't it? All that free loot. I'm actually not too sure what the loot cycle and how hardcore the endgame farming in this is going to be. I'm like purposefully not trying to look into the Chinese release, and I don't want to fully spoil everything for myself, so I want to play through the game, enjoy my time, stream it on YouTube and Twitch, and then just go from there. And I'm hoping it's a fun journey and like the entire grind of the game isn't too terrible. But like, who knows? Maybe we'll get like hard stuck somewhere. We'll have to grind for a handful of hours. Maybe you're able to just go through the main storyline full of the way through. Or maybe it's like a traditional MMO where you'll just be doing a lot of side quests and then when you need to, like this is a 6 sequence. When you need to, maybe that's when you'll start doing the main quest. I'm just not too sure. I assume it'll be much like most MMOs and RPGs, right? Where you can always do this main quest if you want, but if you fall behind, you start doing side quests to regain more levels and get some better gear. I imagine it's like a somewhat traditional MMO, but I don't know, man, and I can't wait to see how it plays. So yeah, join me and many other people as we check out Where Winds Meet tonight. I'll be streaming YouTube and Twitch, and we'll see how that goes. So thank you all so much for being here, subbing, liking, using Epic Games creator code Pupsker if you ever buy anything on the Epic Games Store. I just wanted to take a look at this game and do a little showcase before we end up streaming it tonight, in case anyone's kind of curious on it. So let me know your thoughts on the game. If there's any like tips or tricks that you know of that I should know, feel free to shout them out in the comments. Maybe I'll do a beginner's tips and tricks video tomorrow if there's anything that we come across or discuss tonight when we stream and figure stuff out. I have no idea, right? I'm just going into this blind-ish, so it should be fun. Thank you all for joining. Cheers.